those who skate, for those who sled, for carolers and those under the mistletoe, for givers, for receivers, for those who share, for Donner, for Blitzen, and Rudolph too, for cold, crisp days, for silent nights and twinkling lights, for those who drop by, for get-togethers, for you, for me, for families, for everyone in the real spirit of the season.
Oh, wait!
That's darn pretty.
Oh.
Where do the northern lights come from, anyway?
Well, way out from Canada.
I mean, what causes them?
I don't know.
Long-lasting, super bright LED lights from Home Hardware use 80% less electricity. So they save you energy and money.
Oh, my.
Energy-saving LED lights from $7.99 at Home Hardware. Holiday decorating help is close to home.
U2, how to dismantle an atomic bomb. Deluxe edition, only $13.74 at Walmart.
Welcome to the second intermission. Here's your host, James Duthie.
Even though it is classic hockey, all the updates that come from Gino Reda and SportsCenter, it's all fresh, new information. He has some of it for us right now.
Yes, James, it is fresh and it is new. The Toronto Raptors opening up a 6-game road trip against Shaquille O'Neal in the Miami Heat. The last road trip did not go real well for the Toronto Raptors. Let's check in and see how the Raptors start off this road trip. Raptors, as I say, in Miami to face the Heat. Shaquille O'Neal, as usual, dominant self, 21 boards, 11 boards, 21 points, 11 boards in the first half alone. However, Toronto leads by 2 in the third. Some baseball news. Reports indicate the New York Mets have made an offer to free agent pitcher Pedro Martinez. The deal would be worth 3 years, $37.5 million. That tops the 2-year, $25.5 million offer made by the World Series champion Red Sox. And according to the San Francisco Chronicle, the Giants have reached a tentative agreement with closer Armando Benitez on a 3-year, $21 million deal. Benitez recorded 47 saves with Florida last season. We've got all today's news and highlights coming up on the next edition of SportsCenter. That comes your way at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. Now, though, let's go back to the NHL on TSN studios. Here's James.
All right, thank you very much. Back with Pierre Maguire, a man who loves lists. He's our version of Letterman. So let me bring you back to 1997 when the Hockey News put out a list of the best defensemen of all time. And 3 of their top 6 were playing in the game we are watching tonight. Let's show you their list, and I want to know if you agree with what they said, or I'm guessing Pierre Maguire usually has his own changes.
Well, I'm agreeing with Bobby Orr. I'm definitely agreeing with Doug Harvey. And even though I didn't see Eddie Shore, I'm going to talk about the scouts that did see him play and played against him or with him, and I would agree with that. I have a difference with Raymond Bourque. I have a difference with Denny Potvin. I have a difference with Larry Robinson. The reason why, Denny Potvin was such a strong offensive contributor. He could beat you with a big hit defensively. He had an amazing wrist shot, and he created lots of different chances. Larry Robinson, he had a sweeping game. He could drive wide offensively. He could body slam people and fight the best players in the opposition to stalemates. And Raymond Bourque had an acumen for scoring big power play goals late in games. He had great defensive savvy. And James, more than anything else, when it took a big goal in a game to get to the back of the net, Raymond Bourque could do it. But here's my difference. I have Denny Potvin ahead of Larry Robinson and Raymond Bourque. The major reason why Denny Potvin could really body slam guys, and he was much more reliable defensively. That's what you really like about Denny Potvin. And the big thing is he could handle minutes. Big minutes for defensemen, especially at that level, are tough because usually they break down. Larry Robinson, the very same thing. Not a lot of breakdown in his game, much like Denny Potvin and Bobby Orr and Doug Harvey. But the thing for me is Raymond Bourque, when he had a lot of big minutes, especially late in his career, he'd break down a little bit defensively. Even though he could provide the offense, there was a little defensive hole in his game late in his career.
There's another guy you would like to have on there, though, perhaps.
Slava Fetisov. There's no question about it. James, had he come over here in the prime of his career, I'm telling you right now, talking to coaches that coached against him and coached him, and also players that played against him and played with him, he would have been considered right in that list with Raymond Bourque, with Denny Potvin, and with Larry Robinson.
He was a great, great defenseman. And if you're wondering why I'm talking like this, you say Duthie's gone wacko yet again. No, Listen to Ron Roosh and his guest in the intermission back then.
Well, here in the hockey game, a 2-2 tie between Canada and the Soviet Union with one period yet to play. This game to decide first place in the first round of the tournament, of course, and decide the playoff positions. Here's a familiar fellow that's joined us here in the studios, Jackie Stewart, a three-time world driving champion who I have the pleasure of working with during the Labatt Grand Prix of Canada. Jackie, how are you enjoying all of this?
Well, it's fast and furious, I can tell you. If you think motor racing's fast, this is a lot faster.
I guess one thing you can admire, considering the fact that you have to be that way for driving as well as the superb condition of the athletes.
Amazing. You know, I was sitting behind the Russian team, Ron, and what a thrill it is. I mean, for me, because I don't get to too many hockey games, I think to see the men and to see their eyes, you know, I look at their eyes because race drivers have got eyes that you can see that they move quickly and they consume a lot of facts. And obviously, ice hockey is so fast that the consumption of vision to the mind has got to be so quick. I think that's, for me, the most impressive thing.
The old eye-hand coordination, which is so important even in your sport.
Yeah, eye-body in their case, I mean, it's all over the place. And the physical strain, it must be immense, absolutely immense.
Rémi Bouchard, Esquire.
Rebecca DeLeo, Esquire.
Hugo Provencher, Esquire.
Trish Burrow, Esquire.
Michael Pinball Clements, Esquire.
Esquire watches. Innovative Swiss engineering and design crafted in solid stainless steel cases. The Centurion chronograph features a textured dial and signature detailing. Esquire, this is your time.
As a proud sponsor of the NFL, Bud Light is getting ready for the Super Bowl. And you have a chance to come along with the Bud Light Super Bowl Celebration Contest. Enter for a chance to win a trip for two, including airfare, hotel, and tickets to Super Bowl 39 in Jacksonville, Florida, courtesy of Bud Light. Hit tsn.ca/contest with a valid Bud Light UPC code and complete the entry form for a chance to win. Now this calls for a Bud Light. Must be 21 years of age or older. No purchase necessary.
Your fate has been written. You will die.
One fate, 1 million ways to defy it. Prince of Persia, Warrior Within. Available December 2nd. Rated M for mature.
That is just what I wanted. You guys must have read my mind.
Make it a year to remember with Tim Hortons limited edition 40th anniversary mug. Just $6.95 with 1 packet of Tim Hortons coffee, or the canister, $10.49 with 5 packets.
People talk. They say that luxury is all about the details. The subtleties the average person doesn't even notice. They say luxury can be seen in the way a chrome grille sparkles in the light, and the way the tires make contact with the road. People say a lot of things. You should listen to those people.
So back in 1981, this was pretty much what everyone expected this game would be like. Two arch rivals, two basically even teams, tied at 2 through 2 periods of play. But the third would be a completely different story. Don't blink. We'll pick things up about 3 minutes in.
Welcome back to the Montreal Forum. This is Bernie Pascal along with Tom Watt. It's a 2-2 tie. Canada and the Soviet Union. 16:57 left to play in the third period.
Come on, Bubba, both you on the line. Keep it down. Let's go, both you.
There are the comments of the referee, Bob Henry. Both teams at full strength. Reinhardt watched there by Grosdetsky. Now it's brought out by Rick Middleton. Middleton for Canada to Linsman, but it's offside at the Soviet line.
Danny Gare was free on the right side, but he just took a half a step over that line, creating the offside on the near side. But he had a step on the last defender, and had he stayed onside and that puck got slipped across, they would have been in business.
And fans right across the country offering their support to Team Canada 81. Middleton against number 25, Vladimir Golikov. The puck is cleared up over the glass, and quite a scramble for it as someone tries to get the souvenir puck. Speaking of souvenirs, it's amazing how all the souvenir T-shirts and whatnot, you check around the rink and most of them are gone. Very popular items, the pucks and T-shirts. Golikov. Puck is out. Reinhardt shoots it right back into the Soviet zone. This is Vladimir Zubkov, 23 years of age on the Soviet team. Can't get it out. Linzman in there for Team Canada. Here's Linzman trying to pass it back to Reinhardt. Hit a skate. And Barry Beck with Gamayev checking him. Gamayev lost his stick. Puck comes to Drozdetsky. Here's Drozdetsky trying to hammer it in front. And he's checked by Beck. Reinhardt off the boards to Danny Gare. He backhands it. Gamayev swings at the loose puck, and Barry Beck has it for Canada. Out to center. Middleton stopped there. Drozdetsky brings it back for the Soviets. Then he's checked at the line by Reinhardt. Linzman up with Middleton and Gare. Middleton right in. A shot. He scores! Middleton.
The puck just going off the defender's skate, allowing Middleton to jump in behind. There we see the puck going behind the last defender. Middleton making no mistake, and that's one thing that he can do. The puck hits the last defender. He can't turn quick enough to get it. Middleton alertly jumps in. Look how he puts that puck right up high quickly on his forehand. That's one of the things that Rick Middleton does very, very well. When he's around that net, he can put it up quick and under the bar.
Rick Middleton has averaged 33 goals a season for the Boston Bruins. The last 2 years, 40 and 44 goals. And that's a big one tonight to give Team Canada the 3-2 lead. Middleton scoring for Canada. Now the Soviets come back. Larionov, and he lost it. Hartsburg off the boards, and he gets it out. Now Canada's scoring. Up to Duguay. A long shot over the top of the net. Middleton from Linzman and Gare at 4:08.
Team Canada goal scored by number 17, Rick Middleton.
This is Sportzev. Here's Luptov. Luptov over the line. Tried to get the pass on the left side to Homatov. That failed. And a collision in front on goalie Don Edwards. As Sportzev collided with Don Edwards, and Sportzev gets up slowly. Canada Cup 81 will continue in a moment.
Most new models come with minor changes, a tweak here, an adjustment there. So when we crafted the new Buick Allure, we decided to change only two things, the interior and the exterior. Introducing the new Buick lineup, the Allure, Rainier, and Terraza. The next chapter in our heritage of award-winning quality and something totally unexpected from Buick.
If your reality is more virtual than real, we can help at the Walmart Electronics Department.
Two separate worlds. One shadow, one light. Where the difference between life and death is a few inches of metal. Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, only for Nintendo GameCube. Rated T for teen.
For the best prices and selection, get you and your thumbs into Walmart today.
Tired of watching TV and playing video games? It's time to get outside and play. Motorized Fun Company ATVs and dirt bikes are a great way to enjoy the outdoors year-round. There's a model for all riders. Every vehicle comes with our 1-year limited warranty. You take fun seriously, so do we. It's our middle name. Motorized Fun Company vehicles are the affordable solution. For the Motorized Fun Company retailer near you, call 1-800-973-3334.
We've played 4 minutes and 50 seconds in the third period. It's Canada 3 and the Soviet Union 2. Both teams are at full strength. Babanov to Krutov off the boards into the Team Canada zone. Robinson, number 19. He was on the World Championship team for Team Canada at the World Championships in Sweden last April. Robinson and Lafleur joining the team over there, and he made the first team All-Star. And he's been playing his All-Star performance in this Canada Cup as Clark Gillies has, and he's been outstanding as well.
The last time Clark Gillies was on the ice, he and Vasiliev went to the boards together, and that was an interesting matchup because two of the biggest men, Vasiliev, one of the strongest men in hockey, both of them went to the boards, and I'd have to say the ice shook, but it was a saw between the two of them.
You talk about durability, too. Clark Gillies has missed just 22 games, 7 seasons in the National Hockey League. Now the Soviets coming back in. Shepeliev breaking for the front of the net. The pass never came from Kapustin. Ilya-Letdinov. He passes to Shepeliev, and he backhands it into the Team Canada zone. Robinson. Bossy trying to get it out. Bossy bumped there by Zubkov. It got to the line, but that was it. Kept in by Zubkov, trying to get it to Kapustin, and it's cleared out. Bossy slipped, goes after the puck. Kapustin takes him into the boards along with linesman Bob Luther. Now Shalimov clears it out. Kapustin at center for the Soviets. Coming in with Golikov. He backhands it in. Potvin chases it there. Shalimov right on Dennis Potvin. It's cleared to the other side. Marcel Dion, number 16. To Potvin. Denny Potvin to Guy Lafleur. He backhands it to Gretzky. What a pass. Here's Gretzky. Right in on goal. A shot. Oh, and it just deflected off the stick of goaltender Mishkin. Canada's Marcel Dion. He's checked by Zubkov. Gretzky tries to get the puck. Now Lafleur behind the net to Gretzky. Gretzky with Beck in front. Back to Guy Lafleur. A shot, and that's blocked in front. Back to Lafleur. A drive. A rebound. They score! Marcel Dion.
A lot of excitement here, but you can't give Wayne Gretzky that time behind the net. He gives it the first time to Lafleur. The stop was made, and watch the Soviet defenders give it right back to Guy Lafleur. They give him the second opportunity, and he gets it through. Dion just parked off the doorstep. Makes no mistake about that. But the Soviet defenders guilty of clearing that puck badly. After the first opportunity, Marcel Dion just tucked it behind Michigan. 4-2 Team Canada.
Marcel Dion from Lafleur and Gretzky at 6:29. The third goal of the series for Marcel Dion. Canada 4 and the Soviet Union 2. Announcing the assist, that's the cheer for Lafleur and then the one for Gretzky. Now the puck is back in. Here's a chance for Guerra's shot, and Mishkin stopped that. 13:27 left to play in the third period and the game.
Well, Zhubkov, number 3, the defenseman for the Soviet Union, he's been the man that must feel badly because it was off his skate that Team Canada got the third goal when they got the opportunity in Middleton, and he was the man that threw it right back again to Lafleur for the second opportunity from just inside the blue line.
Kazatonov, number 7, deep in his own zone. Got the puck out to Drozdetsky, then he tried to flip it to Golikov. It failed. Kazatonov will set it up again for the Soviets. Fetisov got away from Middleton. Golikov flipped it to the line. He stopped right at the Team Canada blue line. Gare watched by Drozdetsky. Middleton slips and falls, but backhands the puck down the ice. Canada with 2 third-period goals. Middleton and Dion have been the goal scorers in this third period. Canada leading 4-2. The Soviets coming back, though. Drozdetsky up over the line, lost control of the puck, and it's cleared back to the Soviet zone. Kazatonov takes Middleton heavily to the ice. Fetisov. Middleton stopped it at the line. Now it's carried on. Drozdetsky to Zluktov. Zluktov up over the line. Here he is at the side of the net and sent it through the crease. Fetisov is stopped by Gainey. Coming up with Ron Duguay. Duguay to Gainey. Gainey racing into the corner. Kazatonov after him. And the puck came in front, but Duguay couldn't get a shot. And it's held against the boards in the Soviet zone. A 4-2 lead for Team Canada, and Canada Cup 81 will continue in a moment. At the Montreal Forum, welcome back to our CTV coverage of Canada Cup 81. I'm Bernie Pascal with Tom Watt, Ron Rouge, Eddie Westfall. Canada leading 4-2. Potvin in front for Goring, and Vasiliev intercepts that. Zhlukov for the Soviets. Got it out. Olmatov was checked. He and Goring have a bit of a stick-swinging effort. Here's Gainey bringing it back for Canada. Goring catching up. Into the corner goes Goring, fanned on the pass. Babanov spun around, clears the puck off the boards. Zhlukov lets it go. Golikov, Sportsev up to the line. Oh, and Duguay stepped into him. Now Canada's Potvin. Denny Potvin up with Bob Gainey. Over the Soviet line, stepped around Vasiliev, he scores! What a play! Denny Potvin stepped around Vasiliev, and it's 5-2 Canada.
Well, again, the Soviet defense a little too casual. Denny Potvin just moved inside. Everybody played him a little casual. The great captain for the Soviets just lets him walk right through. The puck drops on his stick, and he shoots it very quickly. Everybody in the Soviet team just standing around, playing him much too casual for the importance of this game. Vasiliev tries to take him out with his body, just moves around him, shoots quickly on the short side, beating Michigan.
Team Canada has been simply awesome. Denny Potvin scores Team Canada's 5th goal. And great reason for a smile on that Team Canada bench. But let's not forget the Soviets are a powerful team, and they have 11.5 minutes left to get back into it. Here's Bossy. Bossy slaps it over Trottier, trying to get to it. Pilyatninov. Now it comes to Makarov. Makarov, number 24. Up he goes with Larionov. Delayed offside. It's cleared over the line. Potvin unassisted at 8:27. Gillies gets a shot. Michigan played that rather coolly, but stopped it. Now Trottier in front. Michigan blocks that. Gillies gets a shot. They score! Canada. Bossy in front. And Canada leads 6-2. Michigan really upset. Skates all the way out, almost to the blue line.
Well, he thinks that Bossy kicked it in, but he didn't kick it in. It went off his leg all right. But the puck comes through. Gillies getting the opportunity again for it. Just turns, slaps at the puck, and you see Bossy going across in front. It hits him as Gillies' shot went through and goes behind the goaltender. Michigan was upset, thinking that Bossy directed it, but the shot coming through, Bossy just hits the inside of his skate and goes behind Michigan from in front of the net. I don't think he directed it in, but Michigan obviously thought so. There it is, hitting the left skate of Bossy on the way in front of the net. Michigan looking as the puck goes behind him.
Time of the goal, 8:59. 6-2 for Team Canada. Now the puck is cleared in. Here's Gretzky with Fetisov. Got it, hit Lafleur on the skate. He couldn't get a shot. Shapeliev in behind his own net. Now Kazatonov, a pass up the middle. Golikov trying to get that lead pass to Kapustin, and that failed. Bossy from Gillies and Trottier. Bossy with the 6th Team Canada goal. We'll have a special presentation coming up at the conclusion of the game. Lada Cars of Canada will make a special presentation of a Lada Niva 4x4 at the end of tonight's game. Many stars in this one. Dion to Lafleur. Coming in with Gretzky. The pass failed to click, and the Soviets bring it back. Shapeliev up over the line, trying to get the pass, and Shalimov missed that. A drive right on Fetisov, and Edwards makes the save. Canada Cup 81 will continue in a moment.
Not all problems are located near a power source. That's when you should think of the Dremel lithium-ion cordless tool. With 10.8 volts of power, the Dremel lithium-ion can get you out of any jam, anywhere. When you think it can't be done, think Dremel.
Elevating the new Ford 500 means raising the seats for a better view of the road. It means as much room in the back as in the front. It means taking the sedan to a whole new level. The new Ford 500. We keep thinking about what a sedan should be because we want you to drive a Ford.
You're out there, you want to look pretty. It's about what's going on after the game.
Did you miss that? Make your own replays with ExpressView's personal video recorder anytime you want.
You're out there, you want to look pretty. It's about what's going on after the game. I know what's going on after the game with you.
아무도 본 사람은 없었는데 해골 바가지 모양으로 말이야.
Some ghosts come from the afterlife. Some send you there. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon 2, rated T for teen.
NHL teams have played the Soviet national teams 13 games, and in total goals, each has 48. That's how evenly they've been matched over the years. Canada this one tonight, leading the Soviets 6-2. Canada outshooting the Soviets 30-18 with 10:16 left to play. Now Reinhardt for Team Canada gives it to Linsman. He backhands it high down the ice. Danny Gare, Michigan away out of the net. And that almost hit the stick of Danny Gare. Rozdetsky trying to feed a pass to Golikov. Babinov shoots it down the ice. Reinhardt of the Calgary Flames to Boston Bruins' Rick Middleton. Up the middle, Danny Gare of the Buffalo Sabres. Off his stick. Here comes Vasiliev. He shoots it wide of the Team Canada goalie, Don Edwards. Golikov is bumped. Here comes Kenny Linsman. Now he goes deep into his own zone. Golikov chases him back. Barry Beck. Kamayev after him. Beck, number 3. Sends a bad pass there. Drozdetsky has it for the Soviets. Drozdetsky in front. Golikov, a shot deflected wide. Danny Gare in his own zone. Here comes Gare right in front of the net. Pass high, goes down into the Soviet zone. Back for it is Babinov, a member of the Soviet Red Army team. Babinov, a pass up to Skvortsev on right wing. 27-year-old Skvortsev wearing jersey 26. And it's slapped away by Bob Gainey. Vasiliev, a shot right on. Edwards makes the save.
Valery Vasiliev, and he didn't take any windup with that shot as the puck comes back to the point, trying to get the puck out of the zone. Vasiliev just moves in. Very short windup, right on. Edwards holds his ground. Team Canada defenders get back to make sure they don't get the second opportunity.
Now Edwards out of the net, slaps it over to Ron Duguay. Duguay to Goring, and Gainey down that left side. Billy Letdinov gets to it first. Billy Letdinov, Gainey on top of him. Skvortsev knocked over by Larry Robinson. Then his own teammate collided. Here's Goring in front. He scores! Goring! 7-2 for Team Canada.
Well, again, the backhand, 2 Soviet defenders whacking into one another, knocking one another down. Butch Goring alertly just jumps on that loose puck, makes a little move, and watch the backhand. High up over top of the shoulder of Michigan. And the backhands tonight underneath the bar have been very good for Team Canada. Goring just busting in, makes just a little move, and then whoops, there goes the backhand up high just underneath the bar.
Butch Goring from St. Boniface, Manitoba.
Now, anytime you score 5 goals in a period, never mind against the Soviet national team, you're playing really well. Team Canada has got 5 goals in a little more than 10 minutes against the Soviet Union's national team.
And Makarov brings it back now for the Soviets. Makarov up over the line, coming in with Krutov, watched by Hartsburg, and the puck goes to Trottier, who gives it to Bossy. Bossy with Gillies wide open, but the pass was blocked by Kazatonov. Goring, his 3rd goal of the Canada Cup from Gainey at 11:25. Goring from Gainey, 11:25. Makarov, oh, and he can't get a shot. Hartsburg hooked him just as he was attempting to get a drive away. Gillies lets the puck go, and it rolls outside the blue line. Larionov. Fetisov, he shoots it in. Hartsburg goes deep into his own zone for Canada. Sets the stage for two big semifinal games on Friday. Both will be televised on the CTV network live. One game from Ottawa, 5 o'clock Eastern Time, and the other semifinal in Montreal at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Both games Friday, the semifinals on CTV. Here's Fetisov at center for the Soviets, dragging the puck, bringing it up to the Team Canada line. Larionov takes the pass, tried to return it to Fetisov, and that just failed to click. Guy Lafleur, 7 minutes and 8 seconds remain in the third period. Marcel Dion, Beck knocked the puck out. Brought back in by Larionov. A pass over a shot, and that by Shalimov just went wide. Now Gretzky chasing the puck in the Soviet zone. Babanov after him, and he's nailed against the boards by the Soviet defenseman. Back checking, here's Gretzky. Right in, a shot, and Michigan stopped that. Determined play of Wayne Gretzky. Now the Soviets coming out again. The pass to an open wing. Beck goes after it. Kapustin gets to it. It's called on an offside pass. Canada Cup 81 will continue in a moment.
Don't forget, SportsCenter comes your way as soon as the game is over. John Liu with a one-on-one with Guy Lafleur from the dressing room. That's probably not true. But Dutch and Gina will have all the latest current sporting events, including the Raptors and the Heat, the latest on the lockout, and some of those Pacers to be charged in the wake of that brawl with the Pistons. All that on SportsCenter after the game.
Team Canada with 7 goals, the most goals NHL opposition have scored against the Soviets. The previous high was 6. That was a 6-5 win in the 8th game of the 72 series. And Canada leading this game 7-2. And they've got some debris on the ice, so the game is held up momentarily. And while we have a moment, we want to welcome all the viewers across the full CTV network. And I'm going to sneak in a special hello to one of my sons, Brian, who is in the Burnaby General Hospital. He's minus his appendix today, so Brian, a speedy recovery. 6:31 remaining here in the third period. 7-2 for Team Canada. The puck cleared. After it goes Victor Shalimov. Shalimov into the Team Canada zone. Gamayev moving in front. And back comes Danny Gare. Gare, a native of Nelson, BC. He's squeezed out of the play. Traps the puck to Linsman. Here's Potvin. A shot deflected high and out of play.
Well, Danny Gare hustling after that puck, playing his usual aggressive hockey game. Scotty Bowman making a quick change here with the 5-goal lead in the late stages of the third period. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you never get caught out there with anybody too tired. When you've got that type of lead late in the hockey game, always change quickly.
Both teams at full strength. Goring, number 91. Duguay goes after it. Fetisov to Kazatonov. Kazatonov, 21-year-old defenseman, number 7. To Zluptov. Duguay got a piece of him. Bork over down to Goring. Here's Goring. Duguay racing for the front of the net. It's intercepted. Zluptov gets the puck ahead. Here's Sportsev for the Soviets, number 26. And Craig Hartsburg takes him heavily to the ice. Kazatonov ahead now. The puck comes to Zluptov. Waiting for his teammate to get onside. That's Sportsev back into the play. Now it's cleared into the Team Canada zone. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left to play in the game. Canada leading 7-2. Pass too far ahead for Goring. He goes off on a line change. Sportsev gets the shot. Don Edwards stops that. Donnie Edwards in goal for Canada. Here's Trottier to Clark Gillies. Back in front to Bossy. Oh, and Michigan got a piece of that as Bossy let the drive go. And the right pad of Michigan deflected it into the corner. Beck goes after the puck to Clark Gillies. Now Makarov, number 24, gets away from Brian Trottier. Trapped there by Bossy. In front to Gillies. A backhand shot. That hit Makarov. Now the Soviets, Homatov. He stopped there. Some great play by Team Canada in this game tonight. Bossy knocked it away from Makarov. Clark Gillies went after it. And it's Fetisov, number 2. 4.5 minutes left to play in the game. Reinhardt, number 24 for Canada. Pass intended for Marcel Dion. Got away from him. Michigan touched it, so there's no icing. Dion in behind the net to Gretzky. Gretzky in front, a shot, and Reinhardt's drive was blocked by goaltender Mishkin. Now the Soviets, Larionov, he passes it over. Coming in, and it's offside. Vasiliev at the blue line.
You know, it's usually...
Okay, Tom, we'll get to that in a moment. Canada Cup 81 will continue in a moment.
When you have a migraine, you can try and turn the world off. Or turn to Advil Liquid Gels for liquid fast migraine relief. And now in extra strength.
Since we brought Star Wars home, our life has never been the same.
The Star Wars Trilogy DVD box set is so real.
The picture quality is just like they're in your home.
And the sound, yes! Just makes you feel like you're in all of the action.
Hey. Walmart has the DVD Trilogy box set at everyday low prices. I've never experienced Star Wars like this before.
It would make a wonderful holiday gift. Plus, it has lasers. I'm just a young Padawan. You know, one day, that power is going to be mine.
And I'm just cruising through with my buddies. We're just talking. All of a sudden, I see a new Celica GTS just flying by, moving through traffic, and I just jumped in. It's impulse, you know, like cat and mouse. You see it, you just chase after it.
When you're on the road and you get that feeling, if someone comes up behind you, if someone smokes you, you know you're gonna go after it. That's the whole cat and mouse thing. It's just like nature, survival of the fittest. You're either the hunter or the hunted.
Rated E for everyone.
EA Games.
Challenge everything.
Semi-finals on CTV on Friday. Czechoslovakia and the Soviet Union, assuming, of course, Canada holds on to this 5-goal lead. That'll be a 5 p.m. start, Ottawa time. And then Friday night, Canada and the United States, both games live on CTV. You note Paul Reinhardt left on that last shift and headed into the dressing room with the team doctor. Here comes Krutov. He's checked by Larry Robinson. Puck is cleared back to center. Krutov sends it over to Vasiliev. Vasiliev, number 6 for the Soviets. Here's Gretzky, but he loses it. Larionov comes back in, and Guy Lafleur shifts it out to center. Marcel Dion bumps with Vasiliev. Robinson, he shoots, and Babanov clears it off the boards. Krutov for the Soviets. Now a little scrambly at the center ice area. Marcel Dion brings it back in for Team Canada. Into the corner goes Guy Lafleur. In behind the net, Gretzky let it go, and Krutov has it for the Soviets. Up to Shepeliev. Oh, and Robinson goes after the puck, but Potvin got a piece of Shepeliev, and there'll be a penalty coming up to Team Canada.
High stick, Wayne, shut up.
High sticking penalty to Team Canada's Dennis Potvin. 3:16 left to play in the third period.
Potvin coming through, gets the stick in front as the Soviet player tries to make the little move to the outside, push the puck back to the inside. Denny Potvin had him lined up on the board side, came back with a high stick as the Soviet player cut the opposite direction.
Highly entertaining game here at the Montreal Forum, setting the stage for 2 great semi-final games on Friday, also to be seen live on CTV, and then the championship game on Sunday. There's a shot blocked in front. Now it's back. Number 23 is Viktor Shalimov into the corner. It comes back to Kazatonov. Over to Fedosov. He's checked. Rick Middleton up for Team Canada. Middleton ragging the puck at center, then drops it back to Craig Hartsburg. He fires it, and it almost hit linesman Bob Luther as it sails into the Soviet zone. Fedosov, a pass ahead, number 23, Viktor Shalimov. He's coming in with Shepeliev. Shepeliev swings in the Canadian zone. Back to Kazatonov. His drive. Edwards kicks that out. Soviets have it again. Kazatonov over to Fedosov. Fedosov, a shot. Oh, and that's deflected just wide of the Team Canada net. Another penalty coming up to Canada. A delayed penalty against Canada. Kazatonov, a shot. Edwards stopped it and smothers the puck. And a cross-checking infraction to Team Canada, with Potvin having 1:04 remaining in his penalty. And Raymond Bourque heads over to the penalty box.
Well, on the shot from the point, trying to dive and stop that, Craig Hartsburg, you see him after he had broken his stick, but he really broke his stick. He isn't penalized. Bork is the one who's penalized, but Hartsburg cross-checked the Soviet defender in front of the net before losing his stick. He broke his stick over top of him. The call is cross-checking.
So two Team Canada defensemen in the penalty box. Bork for cross-checking. And Potvin has 1:04 remaining in his high sticking penalty. Bork's penalty at 17:40.
40 seconds.
They'll drop the puck in the Team Canada zone. Donnie Edwards admitted to us that he was disappointed when he was cut from Team Canada, but with the injury to Billy Smith, Donnie Edwards told me, he says, I didn't want to go back to Buffalo. I wanted to stay with the team. But he says, I went back, I worked out every day, and then got the call, and he said, I hope I play. And he's played tonight, and he's played extremely well. And he's very proud to be part of Team Canada. And that's the feeling with all the players. The 35 players that were invited to camp, they all realize a very difficult decision. They're all superstars in their own right. And all should be very proud of their efforts on behalf of the National Hockey League and Team Canada.
Well, you see the frustration on Makarov's face, and you know, it's an indication of a losing hockey team. So many times Canadian teams have been criticized for being frustrated late in the hockey game. Whenever you're down, it doesn't matter what nationality you are, you get frustrated and you take the bad penalties and you mouth off the official and so on, and it's evident now that the Soviets are a little frustrated here late in the hockey game. They're making some dumb plays when you're down 7-2.
Puck is trapped at the line. There's Kazatonov. Robinson knocked it loose. Trottier trying to get it. Robinson then backhands it down the ice. Team Canada, remember, 2 men short. Potvin has 21 seconds left in his penalty. The Soviets at full strength. Canada leading 7-2. Here's Krutov, hooked by Duguay. Puck comes back to Fedosov. Kazatonov, a shot, and that went high over the top of the net with Edwards reaching. Fedosov back to Kazatonov to Fedosov. Fedosov returns the pass. Kazatonov, Duguay forechecking a shot. They score! Deflected in front off Makarov's stick, I believe. A bullet drive from the point, deflected in front past Edwards. No chance whatsoever.
I don't think Makarov really knew it. He had his stick on the ice, but I think it hit up on the shaft. We'll get a look at it as Kazatonov moves in, moves the puck across. The shot coming from the point from Kazatonov. It hit him up on the shaft of the stick to go behind. It didn't hit on the blade. We see the defenseman moving it at the point when you're too short, hitting up on top, not on the ice, hitting the top of the stick and into the net. Another look, the puck comes across, and when you've got the 2-man advantage, you've got to work from the point usually. But Team Canada have 2 out and only 1 back. But the puck just deflected by Donnie Edwards in front of the net.
USSR goals scored by number 24, Sergei Makarov.
Well, we might say he smacked it into the net, but it's Makarov that got the goal. 1:16 left to play. 7-3. Donnie Edwards, 2 years ago, played the Soviet Red Army. The Buffalo Sabres played them in that series. And Edwards was the winning goalie as Buffalo won that night 6-1. So he's had pretty good success against Soviet teams. Canada leading this 7-3. We're into the final minute. This is Danny Gare. Shepeliev got a piece of him. Gare carrying on. Now Babanov lines him up. Gare still hustling in that corner. Leaves it for Clark Gillies. Gillies. And they hold it against the boards, and a face-off this time in the Soviet zone. And a reminder again, the big semifinals coming up on Friday on CTV. 5 o'clock Eastern time in Ottawa. It'll be the Soviets against Czechoslovakia. We'll be in Ottawa to bring you that game. And then the other semifinal, 8 p.m. Eastern time from the Montreal Forum. It'll be Team Canada and Team USA. And what a great job the USA team has done in this Canada Cup. Coach Bob Johnson, Tony Esposito, and all the American crew, General Manager Lou Nanne, they've been very outstanding in this tournament as well. Vasiliev, another penalty coming up. It'll be a delayed penalty to Team Canada. Delayed call. Michigan's out of the net. Gillies touched the puck. And now the penalty coming up to Team Canada, I believe Danny Gare.
Canada 18, roughing!
Roughing penalty to Danny Gare. of Team Canada. And for all these players, to get a couple of days off after the championship game, then it's head into training camp for most of them. I know Tom Watt will be heading to the camp of the Winnipeg Jets, opening their training camp on Monday.
Number 18, Danny Gare, 2 minutes for roughing at 19 minutes 35.
Here's Duguay. Beck shoots the puck, stopped at the line by Babinov. Up on the left side goes Drozdetsky. Drozdetsky brings it over the line, trying to get the pass back to Vasiliev, and in frustration, I'm sure, just sends it out to center ice. 8 seconds. The countdown is underway here at the Montreal Forum. What an outstanding performance by Team Canada. There it is. The siren goes. The game is over. And Team Canada off the bench to congratulate goalie Johnny Edwards as Canada outshot the Soviets 33-23. And the most important statistic, they come out with a 4-goal victory, 7-3 over the Soviet Union.
So that would set up a matchup between Canada and the U.S. in the semifinals. We'll show you that next Tuesday. The Soviets would play the Czechoslovakians. That game, the worst loss by a Soviet team in more than a decade, and it would light a fire under them that would rage in the final rematch against Canada. Our next hockey telecast comes your way tomorrow night, and it's not the